No, quite a few of my friends, my inner circle know, and mostly, yeah, mostly just those people. That's right. People help in all different ways. People give me very interesting ideas and advice, and different friends of mine represent different viewpoints of, well, I thought the last video was a little too hyper and you should tone it down more. And then other people are saying, well, I think you're too mellow now. I think you should get more into it. And so I try to listen to everybody and also trust myself. Some combination. Pardon me? Learned? Yes, that's right. Well, I mean, I've had so many different phases. I was pretty bad at the beginning. I didn't know I was trying to teach myself the piano, but that's what I was doing. And so I would spend hours just playing with sounds and just like not really practicing. Like I felt like I was playing music, but it was very mechanical and sort of just learning where everything was at that point when I was a child. And I would try to play other people's music, but do you play piano at all? Well, I only could play in the key of C and A minor, only white keys. And so I would take almost every song and try to play it that way. And if a section of the song modulated, I would just make it not modulate that way so that I could keep playing it. And so I'm sure it sounded awful. If I could, I have no recordings of myself as a child, really. And I'm sure it wasn't very good just because I know that I was very limited in my understanding of the keyboard because of not taking lessons. Gradually, yeah, exactly. Um, I guess it's both. Yeah, definitely. If I sing a melody, I can picture in my head exactly how that would look on the keyboard, and that's how I play songs by request. So in the videos, when you see someone request a song, usually I'm just able to kind of look at it and see this little map of what it must look like because of how it sounds in my head. And for some reason, I've not been a great player, but I've always had a good ability to do that, where I could, understand how to play it if I could hear it. I've always been experimenting. I mean, when I was about 5 years old, had not played a real piano yet, but in the music room at my kindergarten school, they had this enormous. Pardon me? No, they had a grand piano, but only the inside of it, no keys, and it was like a big wooden box on the floor of the music room with strings, and there were no keys and no hammers, and it was just this flat thing. And I remember just walking up to it and it was like a harp on its side, basically. So I remember walking up and just strumming the strings and trying to make all these avalanche sounds and make different sounds of natural phenomena. And so almost immediately, I was interested in sound effects and making it sound strange instead of really playing music on it per se. So I've always had a certain interest in mimicking natural or real life sounds, I guess. Bird on the strings. Yeah, I that's a different kind of musicality. I was more into like pure sound effects, like doing here's a UFO landing and different things like that. For some reason, fascinating me. I'm sure somebody could. Yeah, you could study some of the actual notes that they're singing and do it. I'm sure. Exactly. Yeah. Because I can't hear bird sounds in my head right now when I try to imagine, I can't hear specific, really accurate bird song, really. No, I don't. No, no, not really Iron Maiden. I mean, I like them peripherally. Radiohead. Yes. I like a lot of different kinds of music. I mean, I've listened to very heavy metal. I've listened to a lot of almost new age piano music, very flowy, minor key, kind of contemplative piano music. I like a lot of female artists. I like Bjork. I like Tori Amos. I like PJ Harvey. Um, um, I love classic rock. I love Led Zeppelin and Cream and Black Sabbath and yeah, so many different styles of music that I appreciate. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine because I play songs, I don't have to have played it before to play it. So really, it would just be as many songs as I'm able to hear in my head, So like you asked for what, They Might Be Giants song. See, I couldn't do that because I've never heard it. So, it's not a magic trick. It's just that if I exactly in the same way as maybe you could do it, maybe there's a scene in a movie that you know very well, but you've never actually acted it out. But if I said, "Hey, do you know that one scene?" and you would be able to do it right now, yeah, yeah, and maybe you don't get it perfect, but it's close enough that it's recognizable and you have the basic vibe of it. And that's how I do it. And a real pianist, like a classical or jazz pianist, would really see the limitations in a lot of what I play because some of it's very simplistic. But I do seem to be able to get a good sketch so that people can say, yeah, that really sounds like that song. It's fun. Right. Yep. It's lucky. Yeah, I guess I mean I'm lucky to be able to do that because I do appreciate it very much. No, I understand where it comes from. We are both American white guys who play the piano, and we, if he didn't wear glasses like this and I didn't wear glasses like this, I don't think people ever would have come up with it because people never just tell me I look like Ben Folds when I'm walking down the street. And so I think just because I was disguised, people got it in their mind that it was some kind of prank that Ben Folds was doing. And I appreciate him very much. Pardon me? On his part. Yeah, like the Joaquin Phoenix thing. I don't know if you've been following that at all. Um, but well, he just did this movie in which they purported it to be a documentary, but it was actually a hoax, and they made it look as though Joaquin Phoenix had fallen into drug addiction and gotten really fat and had a huge beard and was trying to be a rapper instead. And they really made it look like a real movie, but it turned out that he was in on it, and they spent 2 years setting up this elaborate media hoax, and it was fairly effective. But people, yeah, suspected maybe Ben Folds was doing that. But we really do have a different style of playing. I mean, he's a much more competent professional pianist and singer. You hear me play. I know that's fascinating to me. Yes, yeah, it was surreal.